That's right, that's damn right. It's another CalifaRap exclusive. This time we are here with DFE's own Annimean. So, how's it going, G?
Oh man, I'm good, man. How you doing, Funk?
Just here, hanging around. Had a real good summer day today over here. So, enjoying life, I would say.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's a sunny day out here in LA too, so I'm just out here hanging around and shit or whatever.
That's what I expect when we talk about the LA weather, but that's another story.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so CSI California, out of our forum, the CalifaRap community, would like to know how did you get your name and what does it really mean?
Um, a lot of people ask me that question, like the original basis of the name, it was like obviously any means, like any means necessary. But after I like really like just sat down with the name, I thought it was kind of cliche to just be like any means, you know what I'm saying? So what I wanted to do, I wanted it to be something distinctive, so I broke down the spelling. I obviously spell it a whole nother way, and then I just cut off the S. So a lot of people, they confuse it with any means, but in reality, it's just any mean. It's just a name, and there's really no particular meaning to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the science behind the name. It's not too complicated. It's just some simple.
So when and how did you start rapping?
Like I've been listening to hip hop music for a long time, since I was about, I don't know, young, as far as I can remember, maybe 8 or 9, something like that. And so I was just always had a feel for the rapping. And when I was a little bit younger, like when I would be with my homies in the hood or whatever, I'd try to freestyle. I really didn't take nothing too serious until I eventually had went to prison a while back. I did about 7 years. So around my time of me being in prison, like my cousin, he went to a school out here in Hollywood called MI, and he was he graduated from there. He wanted to do internship, and he knew that I had been kind of experimenting with the rap shit. So he was basically like, "Hey, you know what? If you take this serious, we could actually come when you come home. You could turn something into a negative to a positive. Come home, and maybe we could work this and see how far we could get with it." So I probably say like probably like the last 2 years of my prison term is when I really started focusing on rap, writing rhymes, and formatting songs. At the time, to be honest with you, I didn't even know what a 16 was or even how to format a song. So basically, they have yellow like long writing tablets, yellow papers that are like extra long sheets. So back then, like I would just write a rhyme until it filled up the whole paper. So you know what I mean? And then once I came home, my cousin is really actually the one who showed me how to format a 16, how to make a song, how to do that, etc. So that's pretty much how I started off rapping. And you know what I mean? Just I guess I just evolved. You know what I'm saying? In the wordplay. Like my main focus on rapping is wordplay, and I am an MC and I am a lyricist. So that was my main focus on trying to say the craziest shit and make people really think or something like that. So that's pretty much how I started off on that.
818 Ballero has also been wondering about, if rapping is your everyday hustle or if you do also have a regular job at site.
Nah, yeah, rap is my everyday life right here. This is what I get paid to do. This is what I do. I don't work. Rapping is my job. This is my this is my job. This is what I do. This is this is what I am and who I am right here.
So when and how did you get in contact with Dollar Figure Records and ended up getting signed to them?
Um, Hot Dollar, like for people that are from LA and know of Hot Dollar or the Dollar Figure movement, everybody knows that Hot Dollar is like he's a street person. You know what I'm saying? He's real big in the streets. You can go to you can see Hot Dollar and Dollar Figure members at any given club at any given Sunday. At any given weekend or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Hot Dollar's in the street. He goes to a lot of the hood shows. So I actually met Hot Dollar doing, like a little hole in the wall type of show, and he was there just scouting talent, and that's how I met Hot Dollar, and then I just eventually kept running into Hot Dollar a little more, and we started talking, and he was feeling what I was doing. And a lot of people don't know, like there's an artist there named Gorilla, who's actually the first Dollar Figure essay. So, Dollar Figure essay DFE was actually something that was there before I even got there. You know what I'm saying? But it just so happened that once I got there, I was able to kind of like take the movement to the next level, get the exposure and stuff like that. But Dollar Figure essay was always an entity within Dollar Figure from the beginning. So that's pretty much how I got signed with Hot, and pretty much, went in with Gorilla and Hot, and that's how that went down.
Well, we all know that it's not the a Chicano Rap label, so there's definitely one question coming up. I mean, what do you think can this label do for you or your career, that any other Chicano Rap label wouldn't be able to do?
I mean, see, like when I voice this, and this may be a controversial answer, but at the end of the day, like I don't consider myself a Chicano artist. Excuse me, I am Mexican. I'm a Chicano 100%. But to me, Chicano rap, it's a tag that's it's a genre that's only aimed to a certain type of people. You know what I'm saying? When you say Chicano rap, you're saying I only rap for Chicanos. That's it. Chicanos only listen to my music, and I didn't want to I didn't want to get tagged with that, because my music is universal. A Mexican person can listen to my music, white, black, etc. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to get caught up in all that just that category right there. I wanted to be able to be looked upon as something bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? That way, like I see a lot of people, they concerned with keeping that Chicano rap tag and pushing that, and that's all fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, like how far are you willing to take it? You know what I'm saying? Because if you go from A to B, Chicano rap is from A to B. And throughout my life, I always wanted to advance, and I think eventually we gonna have to take it out that pocket. We gonna eventually have to become bigger. We gonna have to take it to where it's looked upon as a wider scale. We need to have our respect in this game as artists. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people look on Chicano rap, and they really don't respect a lot of the artists there. It's common for people to think that Mexicans can't rap. So I wanted to be able to just take it to that next level and show people that we can compete on the mainstream level, in the industry level, and basically become a force to be reckoned with, within the community, just the way Fat Joe did it in New York with the big puns and the Cuban links. You know what I'm saying? You can go to New York, and Puerto Ricans are running right alongside the blacks in the rap industry, and they're respected as such. You know what I'm saying? But you come to California, and it's like Chicano raps right here, and then all of a sudden the industry's up here, and I wanted to make sure that I took it straight to the top. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I chose to get involved with Dollar Figure, etc.
So let us know more about your latest mixtape, The Birth of a Beast Volume 2.
I mean, the Birth of a Beast Volume 2 was I actually had two mixtapes before that. The first Birth of a Beast was it was pretty much a learning process. When I recorded that record, like I had just came home from prison, I think I've been rapping for like 6 months. To be honest with you, like I don't even think you could even find that right now. I probably the only person with the masters. We didn't really push it too much, It was kind of like a beginning stages. So the next one was Concrete Commentary, and that got a pretty good reception. I did it with DJ Raise One out of the IE, and we got some like 5,000 downloads on there. And it's been on CalifaRap. A lot of people liked it. The Birth of a Beast Volume 2, though, that was, to me, that mixtape right there certifies Annimean, who he is, and what I had to say. You know what I'm saying? It's on like over 100 sites. It's something at like almost 10,000 downloads to date, and it's just if you heard Concrete Commentary and then you listen to the Birth of a Beast Volume 2, you can see the growth between Concrete Commentary, Annimean, and Birth of a Beast Volume 2, Annimean. So, the Birth of a Beast Volume 2 is just basically the growth as far as lyrically, being comfortable on the mic, the features. I got everybody on there from J Rock to Hot Dollar, Gorilla Black. I got Lala on there. You know what I'm saying? I got Rocker from Dilated Peoples on there. So it's just it's just, it's a growth thing. That's what the Birth of a Beast Volume 2 is for me. It's showing the growth from Concrete Commentary to that. So that's the situation with the Birth of a Beast.
What's your favorite track on the mixtape, and especially why? Me personally, I do probably have to go with the Good Life track featuring Lala.
Yeah, yeah, that's a cool record right there, man. My favorite record, I actually got two favorite records from the Birth of a Beast Volume 2, but I think I'd have to say the very favorite record that I got on there is a freestyle that I did over this Outkast So Fresh and Clean beat. That was actually my favorite record right there because the flow was right. If you listen to what I'm saying, it's kind of like from the bottom on my way up type of feel. And it was just, that was just wordplay all right there. You know what I'm saying? I was cruising through the beat, swerving in and out, just kind of swagging it out. And then my second favorite record from that mixtape is actually the Pop Champagne remix. A lot of people don't know, but that's an official remix right there. Like, we didn't just grab the beat and rap over it. Like, we actually got permission for that. That's a actual official remix right there. And that's one of my favorite records right there because my swagger on that record was just like at 100,000. Like, my my lyrical game was just crazy on that record. And then I got Hot Dollar right beside me. I got Gorilla Black. So anybody who listens to that record, off the top, like Gorilla Black, his lyrical game is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be right next to Gorilla Black and I'm running neck and neck with him, obviously that's an accomplishment for me in itself. You know what I'm saying? And people that know who Gorilla Black is and his rhyme style, and then they listen to me on the record, they gonna know that I'm not here to fuck around. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna know I'm the truth on this shit. And that's how I came on that record. So that's definitely a favorite record of mine right there, because I'm letting these boys know out here. I ain't around. I ain't here to play games with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So.
When it comes to music, what are you working on right now? I mean, any solo album coming out soon?
Um, right now I got another mixtape that I'm doing with DJ Clean called The Latin Messiah. I got like three records done already. One of the records, it's got a pretty good reception because we leaked it. Actually, it's called We Already Dead with Beretta, and so that's one of the records that's going to be on there. I'm actually in the studio right now recording. Like, you know what I mean? Like, me personally, like, I like to take time with my records. Like, I'm not the type of dude to just run in the studio, record like 1,000 records, and then just put a mixtape together. Like, I'm gonna sit on the mixtape. I'm gonna make sure that all the beats, whether they be original or mixtape beats, are picked thoroughly. I'm gonna make sure that the rhymes are on point, everything's 100. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm working on right now. It probably come out probably in the better half of maybe 2 months from now. But that's what I got going on. As far as the album is concerned, I'm not really concerned with an album right now because to me, my buzz, the Annimean buzz, is not big. Is not big as I need it to be. Like, when it's time for me to drop an album, people need to know about me from here all the way to New York City and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta have just that crazy buzz. Like, I'm not really looking for no regional fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, fame ain't even in it for me. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna release an album just because I'm big in Cali. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if I do, it defeats the purpose of me even trying to take the Latin movement to that next level. You know what I'm saying? So for me to drop an album, like, my buzz just has to be stupid. People need to be hearing about me all the way in Canada. So it might be a while before I drop an album because I'm definitely out here grinding, and you know what I mean? I'm gonna kill this mixtape game, and from there, so rough estimate, I say maybe you might see an Annimean album sometime late next year, if that. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much where I stand on the albums and what I'm working on right now.
Well, talking about music, you released a diss track on your MySpace.com account aimed at Miss Lady Pinks from High Power as well as Omar Cruz. So let us know more about that.
Oh man, yeah. You know what I mean? The whole Lady Pink situation, and I'm gonna keep it real. Like I ran into the broad one time at the Dove show, and not too long ago when they were doing their autographs or whatever. You know, at some little swap meet by my house. But to be honest with you, my reason for dissing Lady Pinks is like this. I run with Owlboy straight up, man. You know, Owlboy's a real good friend of mine. You know what I mean? I've been knowing Owlboy for some like 15, 16, maybe even 17 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the basis behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like Owlboy's my man and shit, and I'm gonna run with him 100%, right or wrong. So he's my dude. So you know, if a motherfucker got a problem with Owlboy, then they gonna deal with me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my boy, and you know he feel the same way on my behalf. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically I'm loyal to him as well as he's loyal to me. So if a motherfucker want to get on some rap shit and try to disrespect my man, then definitely I'm gonna come at him. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I definitely ain't no punk on this microphone. So you know, motherfuckers really need to think twice about even coming at me on no rap shit, 'cause you know I rip a motherfucker head off real fast. You know what I'm saying? As far as Omar Cruz is concerned, I actually do have a legitimate situation with Omar Cruz in the aspect that I feel like, you know, first off, Omar Cruz says that he's representing our people. He's here. He's doing this. He's doing that. But yeah, he's not even full blood Mexican. Second off, okay, we can even bypass that because let's say he's half Mexican, whatever. The whole point is that he's out here claiming our race, our culture. He running around with Mexican flags, but at the end of the day, like he an Interscope artist, but yet I ain't seen no tour that he's setting up to reach down and help local Latin artists, Mexican artists. You know what I'm saying? When has Omar Cruz ever threw a tour where he brings 4 or 5 unknown Mexican artists just to run off of his name and maybe get that exposure that otherwise people wouldn't get? Or when has he been in a Chicano rapper's video or when has he featured any of them on his mixtapes? I see people got him on records, but do you know what's the real story behind that? Are they paying him for them features? So I just kind of feel like dude came out of nowhere because you know I know certain people and I ain't gonna say no names that know him from when he was Blunt Slav. You know what I'm saying? A kind of like a hip hop conscious rapper type dude. That's all fine and dandy, but all of a sudden you get a deal. Now you Omar Cruz, the gangster, and you packing guns and you doing this and you doing that. I mean, when we ran into him at the Jim Jones show, there wasn't really too much gangster about Omar Cruz. He was kind of like didn't even want to approach us, and it was on some real humble shit. You know what I'm saying? So just the facade of people claiming to be something they not. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been to prison. I'm a real gang member, and I don't even glorify that shit. Like so, for someone to glorify that and make it look like they somebody big and crazy when they really not, that's kind of an insult to a lot of people that really have been through the struggle, or people like Owlboy that have spent years of their life in prison and been going back and forth to jail and been on the streets putting it down. People like you know, there's a hundred Chicano rappers that I can name that are just the same that have been through the real struggle, been through the real gangster shit, been to prisons. So you know, if anything, Omar Cruz he's a facade to me that's just trying to benefit off a life that he never even lived. And if you really look deep into the archives of dude, you know, it is what it is. I mean, Blunt Slaw will tell you all of it. You know what I'm saying? He's not an authentic person. You know what I'm saying? As far as this real life street shit is concerned, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he ain't maybe been through struggles or survived it, but he wasn't glorifying that the way he is now once he got his record deal, and I think that's wrong, and I think if he is going to try to portray that role and be somebody in this Latin rap community, then he needs to reach back to the community and start bringing people with him and shit. And that's my concern with him. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I've spoken out on him the way I have. You know what I'm saying?
Reina Promotions would like to know what sets you aside, from all the other rappers out there.
Rappers in general, or just Chicano rappers?
I would say she probably is talking about Chicano rappers.
Um, what sets me aside from the average Chicano rapper, I would say, is that um my lyrical content definitely is different. You know what I mean? The choice of beats that I choose are definitely different. Just my whole swagger and my everyday lifestyle and the way I live is a little bit more different. You know what I mean? I'm not really running around with the black gloves and the jerseys on. That's not really how I dress. You know what I mean? I actually, I did dress like that some years ago, but I'm kind of a little more older now, and I really ain't on that type of style of living no more. Um, Once again, the lyrical content is just way more different. I represent a movement that's something way different. You know what I mean? I represent that new Latin movement that, you know, Owlboy's a part of, Lil Yogi's a part of, I myself, Dollar Figure Essays, the Suspects, Bad News, you know, what I represent that movement, you know what I'm saying? So that I think that's how I'm set apart from a lot of the Chicano rappers, quote unquote, appearance, etc. You know what I'm saying?
Our CalifaRap community forum member El Sobrino is coming up with the next question. You know, he wants to know who else is part of the DFE camp.
Um, it's me. All right. First off, on the DFE camp is me. I'm actually the president over there for DFE. And then right after me is Cecilia Million. I'm pretty sure a couple of you guys have heard of him out there. You know, he's had a few of his records on the forum. Then it's Beretta. A lot of people familiar with Beretta. Beretta's doing his thing right now. He's blowing up. He got the radio record out, the single. Um, then it's the Block. The Block is a group. You know, two brothers, Tech and Too Much. They're a part of Dollar Figure Essay. Real hot group. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically where it stands right now. Those. Oh, and then my man Dorilla. I can't even forget my boy Dorilla. He's another solo artist that's out right now working. So everybody check up on him. He got a mixtape out right now called the Jackpot Volume One. So those are everybody in Dollar Figure Essay on the artist side. That's who's involved right now.
So let us know more about the Street Life video that you have out.
The Streetlight video was actually see that's a crazy story because that video wasn't even planned. Like I actually got the Streetlight record from my boy DJ Clean, and he sent that to me to be put on the Birth of a Beast as a solo record. So that the it was never planned out to become a video. You know what I'm saying? But I had got the record and then I had took it to the studio and my camp was there and I kind of ran it, let them hear it, and everybody was feeling it. And as I started seeing everybody vibing on the record, I said, we might as well just make this a DFE record because at the time, like, I was still barely coming out, you know what I'm saying, and I was barely leaking music on the forum, so a lot of people heard of DFE, but they only knew of Annimean at the time, and Annimean had records on Dub CNN and Hot New Hip Hop, Khalifa, all that. That was the very first beginning stages of the DFE, really, as far as like becoming, known in the community. And that was maybe about like 6, 7 months ago. And I thought it would be a good way to introduce all the camp members, to the community as far as just in general, you know what I'm saying? So we cut the record, and the record was so hot that, Hot Dollar and Gorilla Black sat us down and said, I think we should shoot a video for this, and it would be a good look. So, that's how the Streetlight video came part. And then, if you really look at that, the video has a real positive message as far as the brown and black aspect of this rap game. You know what I'm saying? You got black artists intertwining with Mexican artists, and there's a unity there. You know what I'm saying? So that video in itself, if you really look deep into it shows a positive message that you know what I'm saying, blacks and browns can communicate and unify each other at one place and one time. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically how the Street Life video became and all that or whatever.
Well, I heard that you had a problem with your new video for Loving Your Moves, which also featured a part of the intro, from The Birth of a Beast, Volume 2. So let us know more about that.
Um, Me personally, I thought the video was cool myself, but I guess my boy Sicilian, cause he's on the record with me, he wasn't really feeling he wasn't really feeling as far as the quality of the video. He felt that the street life the quality of the street life video was a little bit better than the Loving Your Moves video. So, we put it up late last night and kind of got some feedback on it, and the feedback was like 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple people didn't like it, people did, but at the end of the day, like I'm a thorough person, so you know what I'm saying, like I've never really had no negative feedback on the CalifaRap forum or any other forum for that matter. So if I release a project and it ain't to the fans liking, then obviously I'm gonna have to pull that out and you know what I mean, go over what we think is wrong with it and then put it back out again. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the video was pulled, because one of my members didn't feel that the quality was up to par. So I mean, it should be getting released in a couple more hours, and it'll definitely, hopefully it'll be to the fans liking it. It'll definitely be a lot better. I myself though didn't really think there was anything wrong with it, but I don't make music for me. I make music for the fans. So if the fans don't like it, then obviously there was something wrong with it and it needs to get fixed. So that's the situation on that right there.
The next question comes from a long-time CalifaRap community member, OG Uncle Fester. Who do you
Yeah.
want to work with in the Chicano Rap game that you haven't worked with yet?
Um, Man, I got a couple people that I'd like to work with. Like I'd actually I'd like to work with Cast and Fame. If they listen to this, definitely holler at me. I think they beats are crazy. I'd definitely like to get one of their beats so I could do me on them. Let me see who else. Like Monique, but I just recently cut a record with her, so I'm doing something with her. You know I I kind of like the whole midget local vibe going on. I definitely like. I actually met him not too long ago at Cricket Studio, so I definitely want to do something with midget local. I think he's a real down to earth dude. You know what I'm saying? Real, good street dude, good hood motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to fuck with him. He definitely seems like he's an authentic person. I listen to his music. I think his music is dope. So definitely want to work with him. You know what I mean? Let me see who else you got out there. That's kind of hard right now. Um, Slush the Villain. A lot of people been mentioning his name to me, and then I actually stopped and took a look at some of his music, and he's actually dope. I definitely like to do a record with Slush the Villain. And there's another rapper named Queenie. I hear he's in jail though, but he's another dope artist that I definitely like to get on the record with. Real hard dude. You know what I'm saying? As far as the music is concerned, so those are pretty much the people I got my eye on right now to maybe get a collabo. So Slush the Villain, if you hear this, you know what I'm saying? Definitely we need to get in that lab and make something happen. And those that's basically who I'm trying to fuck with right now.
So let the fans or Cast and Fame and Slush will know how they can find you on MySpace.
People can hit me up at www.myspace.com/Annimean at Yahoo. Um, you know, just in case they have trouble with the spelling, it's Annimean. You can hit me up on MySpace right there, or just hit me up through a mutual person. Alboy know how to get a hold of me. Frank Nitty know how to get a hold of me. There's a lot of people out there that know me, so I'm not really hard to find. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be hard at all to get a hold of me. You know what I'm saying? But you can hit me up on that on my MySpace page, or you could even hit me up at Annimeanz@yahoo.com. You can hit me up right there. That's my personal email. So you know.
Do you have any shows lined up that the fans can catch you at next?
Um, right now, at the moment, we're working on some shows. I think I just got a call from Frank Nitty this morning actually, and he told me they setting up some type of event. So you could probably catch me there. I just finished doing some like 6, 7 shows. Like I was out in Beverly Hills at Club Area with Mims, and then let me see what else did I do. Me and Hot Dollar were at QC's, and then I was out with DJ Quick at Club Cohibas, and let me see what else did I do. There was one more show that I can't remember. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna be out in Watts at the Men's House festival or something like that with Glasses Malone and Hot Dollar next month on the 27th of June. So you can catch me there. I'll be performing there, headlining with Glasses Malone and Hot Dollar. That'll be in the city of Watts. So that'd probably be my closest performance right now.
So, like always, at the end of our interviews, is there anything else that you want to say, Big Dog Annimean?
um, nah, you know what I mean. Just thanks to the fans. Keep supporting the DFE movement. Keep supporting Owlboy. Request the I'm a Rider record. Support Beretta's radio effort. Make it rain. Call the radio station, blaze them records up. My radio record's on its way. You know what I'm saying? It's a Fingers record. We're working on it right now. So, just keep supporting the movement. I appreciate everybody that listen to my music. Download the Birth of a Beast Volume 2 mixtape. Be on the lookout for the Latin Messiah mixtape. So that's pretty much it, man. Shout out to everybody on CalifaRap and all that. You know what I mean? Just looking out. And, that's what it is.